Three, two, one. Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of the Just Learn Crypto Show. Today, we actually have Jeff Kirdeikis here on the show from Uptrennd.com. Uptrennd is actually spelt with two N's, not one, so don't go to the wrong website. Jeff is the founder of Uptrennd. So Uptrennd was founded January 1st, 2019, and they are a social media platform that actually kind of reminds me of a bit of a combination of Reddit, Steemit, Facebook, kind of a combination of all of them, but you actually earn cryptocurrency through upvoting, posting, and engaging people on the platform. So Jeff, thanks so much for coming on the show, and maybe introduce yourself and tell the audience what your on-ramp into crypto was, and was there an aha moment that led you to wanting to become the founder of Uptrennd?
For sure. Yeah, I think my big aha moment in crypto was just the conceptualization of Ethereum. You know, when Bitcoin was out there, I found it was an interesting concept. I found it was difficult to comprehend how that it was going to take legs in such a massive macro economy, as it was still very, grassroots or in the basement at that stage. But as soon as Ethereum came out, I really realized this is actually has potential to revolutionize every aspect of our world. You know, Bitcoin is very much in the finance sector or payments. And Ethereum, well, this could spread out into essentially any corporation. You could look at Spotify, YouTube, or even like a lot of brick and mortar stores. And I just thought, this is it's going to change the world. And so that was my big aha moment was with Ethereum. That's what caused me to really dive into crypto. I probably spent I did spend 2 months straight awake till 4 a.m. Actually, you'd appreciate this. It was until 4:20 every morning. And then when it hit 4:20.
What are you talking about, man? What's a 4:20, man? What is that? I have no idea.
Yeah. And then when it hit 4:20, I just, I gave a little chuckle, and then I was like, okay, it's time to sign off. Like, this is way too late. Yeah. So I went really hard on research at that time and just got really hooked on the whole concept and potential. And so I started a group called Ethereum Investing on Facebook. And then that group grew to about 40,000 people pretty much in the blink of an eye. And then so I branched out into a few other groups. And just through using these groups and the way that Facebook's algorithm works is really not conducive for good quality content to get out there. How it works is the most recent comment bumps it to the top of the feed. The more comments you get, the more it shows up in people's main feed. Yep. And so it was really incentivizing people to post low quality stuff that's just quick Twitch reaction that are either memes or, nothing wrong with memes, but I feel that they get really drown out articles or big blogs.
Well, let's just say this: it's easy to manipulate the algorithms on Facebook. On Facebook through that, right? So definitely nothing wrong with memes, but there's really easy ways to manipulate whose eyeballs are going to land on your things. And so is Uptrennd more of a fair way of content distribution?
Yeah, and I'd say the big differentiator is because the attention economy is, what kind of drives everything on Facebook. It's like people only have so much time to see things. So if a meme is jumping ahead of the algorithm, then you don't get to see the big blog posts because they don't have as much engagement. Yeah. So on Uptrennd, rather than the most recently engaged thing that gets the views, it's actually the most upvoted thing. And so we have upvotes and downvotes. So if something isn't quality, people can choose to downvote it. If they're like, oh, I'm a huge fan of like only blogs and I'm a diehard like value person, they can downvote stuff that doesn't bring value. And so we found that really brings the cream to the top of the content. And so I've enjoyed being on Uptrennd much, even though it's my platform. So I'm sure I'm a little bit biased.
Maybe a little.
Yeah, but I prefer to get my news there than Facebook or Twitter. There's some other good news sites out there, but
Uptrennd isn't the first social media platform that to pay its users, right? So
yeah, exactly.
We've got platforms like Steemit. I don't know, I can't think of other ones, but I know there are other ones. Yeah. So why should people go on Uptrennd instead of using a different platform?
Yeah, to compare to Steemit, which is the one that most people are familiar with, because you also have Minds and Bear Shares and Whale Shares and PublishOX and Cent and Karma and what are some other ones I can't think. Anyways, but to Steemit, that's the main one. And if anyone's on Steemit, you'll know a couple things. Is that it's become infused or overrun by bots and the big players in the system. And if you're a new person, if you're a new account, you're not getting any visibility because the big dogs just they own the space. Or if you're a new player, you have to pay to play. And so we found that that doesn't really make sense. It's not value that's rewarded, but rather longevity. And I felt that model was a little bit backwards.
Okay.
Longevity should be rewarded, but maybe not in the way that Steemit does it.
So what are you doing to prevent Uptrend from ending up the exact same way Steemit is? I mean, how are you keeping the bots off?
For sure. So the big thing with Steemit is as you get a higher reputation, your vote is worth more. So you can essentially, create a bot account that just has a bunch of weight, and then people will pay you to do the vote distribution. So good content doesn't ever appear because everyone's just paying to promote. So it's become a big advertisement network, in my opinion. Okay. So the solution there is if everybody's vote is worth 1, but by leveling up, because we also have level systems, you can still earn more. So now in terms of the algorithm, people are shown the relevant content, and then the longevity, which is valuable, is still rewarded, but it's only rewarded on the user side and not in terms of the algorithm.
Gotcha. Okay, cool, man. So let's talk about the opportunity that people have to actually earn income. I mean, I've met Steemit was really big when I got into crypto at the end of 2016. There was people making a living off just, being good article writers and posting good blog posts on Steemit. And I felt like I had kind of missed that ship. Also not being necessarily a blog writer myself, I'm just a lowly meme maker. And, I mean, obviously that's just one of the many hats that I wear, but is this the same opportunity? Do you feel like this is going to be the same opportunity, that Steemit had? Are you hoping for the same, like, results that Steemit had in terms of users and in terms of, are you looking to follow kind of that similar structure?
Well, we're certainly looking to outpace what Steemit has done and currently is. There's no question about that. I think there's a lot of issues with them that they're just on a steady decline, in my opinion, and I think a lot of people's opinion. A couple of differentiators is, you mentioned like the phrase "missed the ship." That's something that we don't want to have that kind of in the air. Like if you come on Uptrend now, you're going to be rewarded for sure, but it doesn't matter whether you get on Uptrend now or in 5 years. You're still going to be able to make a living like a lot of people were previously able to do on Steemit. And so we're already seeing people being able to earn like a pretty sizable income on Uptrend in terms of like what our user base currently is. People earning $20 in a day or so.
Wow, man, that's pretty cool. And I mean, obviously, us, or me, I should say, living in Canada, I mean, $20 a day is definitely not a living wage, but, for someone living in South Africa, $20 could probably, $20 a day could probably give them a pretty friggin' great life. And I think that's where people need to be focusing right now in the crypto community is how are you going to serve those people? Not how are you going to serve people like me that have a bank on every corner. I've got a debit card. I can go to a store and tap it. We've got not amazing, but we've got the financial systems in place to support, our economy here. And a lot of places don't. A lot of these places are struggling just to have a currency, if anything, that isn't being taken from them, or the value being inflated to the point where you're weighing your money to buy a loaf of bread, like we're seeing in Venezuela.
That's right.
So I mean, $20 a day, man, like that's fucking huge, man. That's a huge opportunity for a lot of people. And especially if it just means, them writing quality blog posts, putting it out there in the community, deciding, right? And that's, I think, one of the coolest things too with an up and down vote system is that there may be some bias if there's just pricks out there that want to go downvote everything and ruin someone's day. But, the community is really deciding, hey, this is quality. This has our stamp of approval. This person deserves some recognition and some cryptocurrency. So Uptrend right now, man. So obviously not even a year old. Take me through some of the milestones that you guys have already checked off your list.
Yeah, this last month has actually been quite monumental for us. Really exciting time. So we just broke through the top 100,000 websites on Alexa. So that was a big
Wow.
one that we've been working with. And then within 10 days of that, we broke through 90,000. So we're climbing like 2,000 rankings a day. And if
Wow.
you check us out on like a 1 day or a 7 day, we're ranked at like 40,000. 7 day or today we were actually like 20,000th most engaged website on the web. So that's been incredible to see. A lot of growth happening.
Wow.
And we broke through 10,000 members at the beginning of the month, which doesn't seem like a lot. And well, it's not a lot, but our growth has been exponential. Just to kind of give perspective on it, we're on track for September to be onboarding at least 7,000. So pretty much every month we're doubling our member size.
To be honest with you, man, 10,000 people in the crypto community is a
In a
big
bear
number
market
in a
too.
bear market, but also what a lot of people don't realize is so most of the volume on these exchanges is bot volume. Most of the
Mhm.
accounts on social media right now that are in all these Facebook groups that have 100,000 members, they're bots. They're not active accounts, right? So, if you've got 10,000 active, real human um accounts already, man, like
Yeah.
don't downplay it, man. That's a huge, it's pat yourself on the back, man. That's great.
Yeah, no, it's funny. You mentioned the real volume, fake volume, backed launched. I don't know when this interview is going to air, but it launched on Monday, the 23rd. And what would
Yeah.
we have, like 25 Bitcoin worth of volume and
Oh my
backed? It's
god.
like, okay, well, now we see what kind of money is actually floating around the Bitcoin ecosystem. It's not
I don't
actually
I don't
dollars.
think anyone with enough brains in their head who understands Bitcoin and why it is valuable would feel the need to inject a third party like back into the process of them buying Bitcoin. I mean, I see the use of it for fund managers or whatever, but like,
Yeah.
I mean, the proof's in the pudding, man. Like, no one
Mhm.
used it, right? So,
Well, and I think it's interesting too that that you bring up that point because I feel that and we can bring it back to Steemit as well. Like Steemit's issue, I feel, is that it's tough to onboard. EOS's issue that it's tough to onboard, um, and I think that's a big friction point, even in terms of Bitcoin. And although like I agree with you in one side, it's like, well, that's not the ethos of Bitcoin to have backed and custody accounts and all
no,
these.
man.
But to play devil's advocate, I almost feel like some people need it because not everyone likes to hold their own keys. It scares the shit out of them to be their own bank.
Yeah, no, and I mean, again, well-off people in the first world need that, but do
Mm-hmm.
the 1.8 to 2 billion unbanked people in the world, do they have access to this service? Absolutely not.
Right.
They don't.
I see what you mean. Yeah.
So, so yeah, man, that's cool. I'm curious, a week from now to see more updates on Backed and if they've actually gotten any more volume, because wow, what a what a long build up to the launch of this thing, and then just wah wah. What a flop.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, Uptrend, huge opportunity for people to create income. I love the fact that it's just more or less exclusively a crypto friendly social media platform. So you're not we're not at the point yet where we're pissing off all our friends and family that aren't in crypto with all of our crypto posts on Uptrend.
Right.
The eyeballs that are on it want to see us posting about crypto, so that's always it's nice to come onto a new platform and be involved in a community that's the crypto community in general is so friendly and so helpful with each other, for the most part. It's also got some of the best trolls I've ever met in my life, and I think me being one of them. I definitely troll the Ripple fanboys quite a bit, but what's so aside from, I mean, do you have any other things you want to mention in terms of milestones aside from the 100,000 top website list and the 10,000 members?
Those are some big ones that we're working on right now. We have a lot of updates that are coming, and I think those are the big milestones.
Yeah, I was gonna
Most of them,
segue into that. So what's
yeah.
coming up? What's the next move, man? What's the roadmap look like for the next couple months?
Well, so if anyone heads onto uptrend.com right now, and you, especially on mobile, it's not sexy by any stretch of the imagination. I think something that's important to note is that we didn't raise any funds. We didn't do an ICO. We haven't gone to VC. We haven't gone to angels. So I just pretty much have paid for this whole thing out of my pocket.
Wow,
Haven't sold any tokens to fund it. Oh,
there we go.
I see. There we go. Screen sharing.
Oh,
Perfect. And
Uptrend.
then that captcha. And so that captcha will be gone within the next week because we're about to upgrade our servers from Well, essentially, we're going to be paying 8 times more for the server, so it's going to be going exponentially faster, and we're excited for that. So that's an upgrade actually that just popped into my mind there. But yeah, so the whole website will be looking a lot better, a lot cleaner, as well on desktop and mobile. We have an app that's coming out probably Q1 2020. That's more in the future. But we have an update on our tokenomics system that's going to be coming out. So a little more information on just how the one-up currency is deflationary.
Yep.
So that is going to continue to like, you know, give the token value and create sustainability there. And
Cool.
the level system. So when people are leveling up and down, or not leveling down, sorry, just leveling up, we're going to change that. So that's a lot easier to get through the levels. Because right now, once you get to like level 25, it becomes a little more lengthy to get to level 26. So we want to try to mitigate that so that people even in the higher levels can continue to level up easily.
Cool, man. Here, walk me through some of the features right now. So I'm looking at a post. We'll give a little shout out to Romana Grubesic, who's a level 21. This post was submitted 1 day ago. Arena match winner of Uptrend contest. So can you walk me through maybe this post starting at the top left, moving over this way, and then kind of moving back this way?
Yeah, I mean, first of all, context on the post, which is really cool. We do every week, we do a write-up for these different projects.
Okay.
So we'll put a vote on Twitter, and then a bunch of communities will vote on this. And this was the 9th one that we've done. And starting on the 10th, this will be the first time that anyone here's voted publicly, is we'll have Altcoin Buzz doing all of our official write-ups. So the quality is going to be out. It's like to the moon. These guys are awesome. So anyways, walking through what you were looking at there, you know, on the top left, obviously upvote, downvote, that works. There's a little gold OC thing. That just means original content.
Okay.
And so at the very top of the page, you can filter for only original content.
Yeah.
Because what we have right now is, you know, we allow people to aggregate crypto news onto the website, but not everyone wants to see it. So if you just click OC, you will not see that. Level 21. So she's probably earning, well, she's earning about three points for every upvote, which equals 3 cents.
So 295 upvotes here. So that's
Romana, essentially like $3 if she was at level 1, and so it's about $9
wow
for at level 21.
And that was submitted 1 day ago, so she's made $10 just roughly on this post, right? And that's
right.
That's if she, you know, decides to liquidate it. I mean, if she hodls that, who knows what that could be worth. So down at the bottom, oh sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, but because down at the bottom, that was the segue. So like one of the things is donate points.
Okay, right here.
But what we're going to be implementing is something that I'm really excited for, and I've never seen it done on another platform. It's called content investing is what we're calling it. And so imagine you're like, damn, this is a cool post, but you know, it doesn't have many upvotes yet. Nobody knows Romana really. Nobody's following her. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to boost her post. For let's say 500 views, I'll pay whatever it costs. That would be like $2.50. And I'm going to submit a proposal to her, and I'm going to say, listen, I'll boost this for 500 views, but whatever you earn from that boost, I want to take 80%. And you can like have a little slider, whether it's like 10%, 100%, anywhere in between, or 0%. And she can say yes, or she can submit a counter proposal. So there becomes an economy for content creation, which I'm super excited for, because I feel that that's going to level the playing field between influencers and big players and new people in the game who actually have like really valuable content that would do well in front of the public eye.
Awesome. So there's communities as well on the Uptrend website. So you can decide which community you want to be posting into, if it's Bitcoin specific, Litecoin, Uptrend, Ethereum, general, you know, so there's different communities. You can, you know, try to get the right eyeballs on your content through Uptrend. You've also got a ticker here, so people don't have to leave your site to know what the price of Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, and 1UP is. You've got a leaderboard on here, so walk me through the leaderboard a little bit. We've got weekly and monthly, so let's just go through the weekly one.
Yeah, so essentially every week, you know, we tally up the points that everyone has earned. And so for example, I know username, they've earned 750 points this week so far.
Oh, I know.
And if they continue to stay, yeah, they continue to stay at first, then they'll receive 950 bonus points at the end
Oh
of the
wow.
month.
So are these points? These aren't Uptrend tokens. These
They
points
are,
is
yeah,
this.
one to
Oh,
one.
it is. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. That's cool. Sweet, man. Well, I mean, you seem to think your website's not sexy. I don't think it's ugly. I mean, probably looks great
Well, just wait
after
for
a
the
year or
update.
two.
Yeah, wait for that update. You're gonna love it.
That's awesome. And are you guys, I mean, do you guys have plans on launching an app, or is this going to be strictly a desktop social media platform?
Yeah. We just like the app is in development right now, and realistically, Q1 2020 will be the release.
Q1. Okay, so we don't have to wait too long.
Yeah.
So
We'll see though.
basically,
I mean, it's in the hands of the developers, so I'm never going to put a hard timeline on that.
yeah,
So it's
you
not
don't
in
want
my
to
hands.
don't marry yourself to a launch date just yet.
No.
So listen, man, let's get away from Uptrend for a few minutes. Like, what's a project outside of the top 10 coins on CoinMarketCap right now that has your interests that you religiously look into or have looked into, and not even, I'm not saying to tell me something that you're hodling. I'm not trying to give any investment advice, but what's a cool project or technology that's got your attention right now?
Cool. So I think I want to preface all of this by saying utility tokens generally don't do a great job of holding value and don't represent equity in the actual project.
Yeah.
And so that's a big distinction to make, because let's say there's a project, Crypterium. I actually really like what they're doing. Would I ever buy their utility token? Not a chance.
You should have bought
But
it
I
yesterday.
love.
I think it went up 15% today.
Oh, really? Yeah, actually, that's right. I think I saw a chart that had
Yeah.
them in there. But I don't buy into a lot of these utility tokens just because the valuations are so out to lunch. Like, let's say Hashgraph came out $5 billion utility token valuation. That's not even the equity in the company. Even if like 5 billion equity valuation is out to lunch, and then
Dude,
to think about
we've
utility
had,
tokens.
how many have we had like that, man? Look at fucking, remember Kodak camera coin or whatever?
Yeah,
Kodak
man.
coin, like the Telegram. What happened to Telegram coin? Like, that's the one thing that baffles me is the amount of scams we had in 2017 and just, blatant pump and dumps, empty promises. No one is following up with this that I'm seeing. No one's doing, like, where's the 60 minutes episode on what these people have done with the money and where it went and why people, you know what I mean? Like, why are we not
Yeah,
seeing?
check their Instagram. They're just popping bottles on like penthouse suites. It's ridiculous.
Dude, I
How
know,
bold
man.
they are.
And it's like, we need, and I've actually been talking to a few people in crypto right now. We want to make a To Catch a Predator style show, based on
Mm-hmm.
scammers and just assholes in the crypto space, where we catfish them into a house under the premise that we want to either invest or something. And, we do our homework before this obviously goes down, and we show them, like, listen, man, you raised this much money, this amount of people invested in this. This is what you promised. This is what you've delivered. Where's the rest of it? What the hell is
Yeah.
going on? And I really want to be the Chris Hansen that comes out and it's like, sir, why don't you take a seat for a minute?
Well, I'll tell you what, man. I'll pledge $250 to the project if you can get Tika in the house. That guy, that 5 coins from 500 to 5 million. Absolutely ridiculous.
So I'm focusing right now. I'm more than open with who my target is right now, and it's Cloud Token. This is just BitConnect with a new name. And the same, you're seeing, it's the same shit we saw in 2017. There's quite a few people pushing it where I live here in Calgary. I actually just moved here to Calgary 2 months ago. I met a gentleman, young lad anyway, who does all the video content for one of the top real estate companies here in Calgary, which means he actually has the keys to about 20 multi-million-dollar mansions. And he's also a huge, really, really big into cryptocurrency, really against scammers, Ponzi schemes. And me and him were chatting, and he said, hey man, why don't we lure them to one of these mansions? All these Cloud Token guys, they're looking for people to dump $1 million of Bitcoin under their referral link. Why don't we do it? So I think that's going to be one of our first things. So if anyone watching this video is involved in Cloud Token, might be a good time to get away from that project, because it's, I mean, I'm not trying to give financial advice, but I mean, if it walks like a duck and talks like a duck, it's probably a duck, and it's if you're not holding your keys, your coins, man, it's not going to end well. And I don't know how many times we need to go through the same scenarios before people start to learn this lesson, but unfortunately, greed tends to take over. So
Yeah.
so listen, man,
So the project, the project that I would recommend looking into, just because I was kind of rambling there about the inherent non-value of utility tokens, is the opposite end of the spectrum, which are security tokens, which represent actual equity in real companies that have working revenue. And that's the way that I feel that this space is headed. And it's tough to invest in one it's like a case-by-case basis, like, oh, this project is developing a big real estate thing in whatever country. And I see those being, you have to just do your due diligence one at a time. But one thing that I really see taking off is the people who are doing turnkey issuances inexpensively and easily, like white glove, for these projects who are looking to STO. These are going to be the winners in this space, because they're going to be doing so much volume. So one project that I really have my eye on right now is called Pref Logic, like preferred logic. And they do STO issuances. And I think this is a really interesting project for people to be keeping their eye on right now.
Cool, man. Thanks. I'll dive into that later on tonight, man. So anything else, any other big things that people should be looking for right now for Uptrend? I mean, how right now is the main thing. You obviously just want to get more people on the site, right? So it seems like there's a ton of ways for people to monetize their interaction with the platform already, just through posting good quality stuff and getting their shit upvoted and just sharing it around. But are there any big people on there right now, or that aren't on there right now, that you would love to get on, that you follow on another platform?
I'd say the guys that I'd love to see on would be Ivan on Tech is one guy that I really respect, what he puts out, and I'm trying to get him onto Uptrend. And then obviously there's people scattered like Data Dash, and then a bunch of people on crypto Twitter. Essentially, whoever wants to come is super welcome. We already have like a banging community on there. Like we have Omar Baum, Michael Gu, we got Grant Cardone came on the other day, so we got some heavy hitters for sure, and it's growing substantially. So. Anyone and everyone, we certainly have an open door policy. So
that's awesome, man. Well, you know what, man, congratulations on all the success that you've seen already. You've got some impressive milestones under your belt already, and this project's not even a year old. And from the sounds of it, man, it's just going to be getting better, more polished, more sexy, more convenient, with the launch of the mobile app, and really giving an opportunity to the unbanked people of the world to generate an income for themselves. Not to be overly dramatic, but Uptrend could literally save people's lives in parts of the world where they don't have a way to earn money. So kudos on you for creating that opportunity for humanity, man, because we've talked a few times, and I know that a lot of what you do comes from that inherent desire to help people and actually put out good vibes into the universe, man. So golf clap for you, my friend. Listen, we're going to be doing a giveaway. Check the description down below, and it's going to be something related to comments. So make sure that you follow the directions and actually get yourself into the giveaway to earn a little bit of Uptrend tokens. Make an account, Uptrend with 2ends.com, and get on there quick. Start interacting, start upvoting. Tell people what you like, tell people what you don't like. Put your own content up there. If you're going to post, you might as well get paid for it. Jeff, you want to say hi to anyone before we wrap it up?
Oh, I'm sure a bunch of the Uptrend community people are going to be listening in. So hats off to you guys. You're what make the entire platform tick. I've just been blown away every day by the positivity that the community puts out. So it's definitely the community and, of course, the team. That's the standard Oscar speech. I think that was super corny, but it's super true.
Hey, man, we would be nothing without our friends, families, and communities, right? So, as always, guys, thanks for tuning in. Remember, this isn't financial advice. This is me. You shouldn't be taking financial advice from me. I'm not the smartest guy, but if this video piqued your interest, do start doing some research into Uptrend. I want to give another huge shout out to my sponsors, Epic Cash, epic.tech. Is just epic digital cash, guys, super private, and also presearch.org. really ties in nicely actually with Uptrend. Uptrend pays you to post, Presearch pays you to search. It's time we start monetizing our lives, our data, and our effort that we're putting online, because too many companies these days are just taking that value away from us and using it so that they can make money. And people like Jeff, companies like Presearch, companies like Epic Tech are giving the power of privacy and also just giving people ways to create other sources of income. So stay tuned for more. Hopefully we can have Jeff back on the show. And Jeff, again, thanks for coming on, man. We'll chat soon.
Right on. Thanks a lot, Sean.
Take care, man.